not tell them what we're doing?
You tell them. This is your grand little thing.
Okay, I thought it would be fun if we sat down and talked about different parts of our van conversion and the things that we are really glad we did and then things that we kind of regret that we did. So we both made lists and we haven't talked about them yet. So how should we do it? You want to go first? Should we start with favorites?
Yeah, I think you should go first. Make sure that I got the assignment correct.
I think you got it
You
right.
didn't give me much to go on.
You could have asked
just sent a
questions.
list.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
All right. These aren't in a particular order for me because I couldn't even really think of it.
Okay.
Okay, but my first favorite that we did about the conversion is the bed to desk conversion. Is that one of yours?
Number one.
Really? Some people have fixed beds and I don't know where they're working. Or maybe they just like don't sit at a desk very often. But having this space that we can like both be on our computers at the same time is like crucial. And I just like waking up every morning and taking the bed down.
Well, the bed's like sloppy.
Yeah, you feel like a mess when the bed's up.
Yeah, so when you put everything away and then go to couch mode and can put stuff on the different
You feel
counters,
clean.
it's clean. It's like it feels more put together, like it's a house instead of a pit.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to mention how, okay, so a lot of people just do like, it'll just be a couch and then a bed, but I love that you had us do this tiered system.
Oh yeah.
With the
where else do you
bench
have a
and then the
seat?
bed. Because this way, like if Ben's working and I just want to like lay around and watch a YouTube video, like I have somewhere to really lounge. So I like that we have this too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my next thing was how we store our clothes.
What about it?
Like,
Okay.
I just like how they're tall and skinny cabinets with the elastics, and you fold your clothes and then you can see all of them. I like it better than any storage that I've ever had in a real live house too.
You're gonna have to be real, you know.
Yeah, I know. You thinking about the video portion? I'm gonna be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my number 2. Okay, why don't you do your number 2?
I just really like the wood.
I knew you were gonna say
It's
that.
not, I mean, it's not practical, but it's just good vibes. Looks crisp. It's really nice.
It makes it feel like we're not just in a van that's thrown together. Like this feels
So
sturdy.
look at it, I'm like, hell yeah. I'm proud.
Yeah. Okay, mine is the stove.
That's one.
That's yours. So we have the same stuff.
I like
That's
this.
fun.
I just like the stove away. Like the stove gets nasty.
'Cause you only want the stove when you're cooking. So
Yeah.
to be able to put that lid down, I don't know. I kind of was like, oh sure, we can have that lid. I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal, but it's nice to have this extra counter space and to just make it look more tidy.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, man. And also, we have those 2 burners, and they're very far apart. I don't know how we would cook a lot of the stuff, because you really need 2 burners going at all times.
Definitely. Well, yeah.
Oh, one more thing about the stove, too, is some people do induction stoves, and having to worry about the power for an induction stove and the long time it would take to heat it up. I think that's dumb. I like that we have gas. Okay.
Yeah.
Your honorable
My
mention.
Honorable mentions. The first one was the fruit basket.
I had that! Oh my god! We're the same! Did you copy my stuff? Why do you like the fruit basket?
Yeah, the fact that it's just up and out of the way and holds everything and works is great.
It's amazing. Well, what did we do
Put all kinds of
before?
stuff in it. I don't know, how to bowl.
Yeah, we had a
Shit fall on the
basket.
floor all the time.
Yeah,
Another honorable mention, speakers, Bluetooth,
I do love those.
very clutch. So many things. I love our divider.
Oh, the divider to keep it cool
Yeah.
and warm. I do love that too.
Yes.
I have a couple more to add. So our faucet, how it like pivots, like you can turn it.
Yeah.
I think about that every time I'm doing dishes and I move it to the side so that I have the
Oh, yeah.
whole sink to
Every
work
time you use the
with.
faucet.
Yeah, I'm like, thank
use
God.
it.
Yeah. And then also, just our van size and the type of van that we got. Obviously standing up in it. Like, I mean, we didn't even consider not getting one to stand up in, but it fits in regular parking spots. And I just picture how many times we would be really stressed out and annoyed if we had one of the bigger ones. Obviously, we could fit so much more stuff in here if we had one of the bigger ones, but for us, I just don't think it's worth it. So I'm happy with the van that we chose. Okay, now let's get into the part where we're gonna fight, probably. Regrets.
Regrets. Doing this. Doing van life.
Ben said I was his biggest regret earlier.
It's because you were making me make this list and talking to me. Biggest regret, number 1. Go ahead, Erin.
Okay, mine, well, I just talked about it, the small sink. It would really help. It's constantly just like,
Especially
feels
because
so
we
small.
can't do dishes all the time.
Yeah, because doing the dishes is like a whole production. You have to clear off the whole counter so that you can then dry everything and like move it all out, like get it all out of the sink, put it all back in. So you really only want to do it once a day.
Yeah.
So then we just keep our dishes in the sink all day. And sometimes it's overflowing.
Bummer. So, bigger sink.
Okay. Number 2 for me is the size of our fridge. I wish we got a bigger fridge too. We're constantly like Tetrising everything around and we really can't have as much food as I would like in the fridge.
I think it's fine, actually. I was going to put that on my favorites.
Your favorites? How small our fridge was?
Well, my first regret.
Oh yeah, your first regret.
I wish that we had made this couch seat 1 to 2 inches larger.
Yeah.
And then kept the bench the same, but made this pathway a little narrower. That would have been harder to put the electrical cabinet together, and I guess I could have just suffered when you're troubleshooting for the comfort of every day. Because yeah, it's hard to lay. I mean, I just deal with it. You put the cushion on the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish it's just a little bit larger. I wish we didn't have a wastewater tank. At this point, we don't use it like we thought we did, and we just kind of just wait to do dishes until we're at an appropriate place.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really do anything. So honestly, I think we could take that wastewater tank out, because then it smells sometimes if we don't maintain it right.
Lunch meat. My number 3 regret is that we didn't put an extra window in the side.
That was my number 3 regret.
Yeah. We have these windows in the back and a skylight window, but it would just be nice to have some light coming in at this level.
That's why I've been cracking those windows at the morning.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like you could sleep till noon and
because it's so dark.
It's dark.
Yeah. And I thought that it would really compromise our stealthiness, but I don't think people are noticing like a tiny little window.
I mean, stealth.
Whatever.
People know what a little dot on the top and a fan and a solar panel.
Like if you know, you know. Yeah. And also though,
the whole design to stealth thing, I wish we hadn't done.
And now that our thing's completely done, it would be like really annoying to rip through this and put in a window. Like I don't even know where we would start with that. We already like our beams and you know. Okay, so those are all our regrets. What are your like honorable mention regrets?
The spice rack.
You don't like the spice rack?
I hate that everyone loves it.
Oh, you're just mad that it takes away from your glory.
Yeah, I like the spice rack. I don't really have an honorable mention regret.
Really?
I wish we had put in more of the USB ports instead of just the
plugs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
We have 4. Yeah.
We have 4. Yeah. You want to hear some of mine?
I guess so. Yeah.
So we don't have anywhere dedicated to put our recycling, and I didn't realize how much recycling we would use. So we usually just have like a reusable grocery bag with all our recycling in it, just floating around the van. Yeah. But then it starts to get too big, and we have a trash bin, but we don't have a recycle bin, so that would have been nice. And then on the same note is we don't have anywhere to put our electrical stuff, like our computers and things like that. So we both have a backpack that we have all that stuff in, and then we just have our backpacks hanging out all the time. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it would be nice if we had a specific place to have everything. And then if we were gonna go to a library, we could like take it out, put it in a backpack and go. Oh, you're gonna be mad at this because Ben specifically asked me this and I said, no, it's fine, just don't do it, because I thought it would be more work for him. Well, it would have been more work for you. But this cabinet for the kitchen stuff, it's one huge cabinet, and my toiletry stuff are here too. So if I want to get to my toiletries, I have to open the whole big cabinet. And if we're both standing at the counter, I have to like be like, watch out, and then because I'll hit his head. And it's loud, it's big. I just kind of wish it was split in half. 2 separate cabinets. This is kind of a moot point because our van's not big enough and we wouldn't be able to have it, but I kind of wish that we had a composting toilet in here. There's been enough times where there's like, it would have just been nice to be able to use the bathroom when we couldn't find one for emergencies.
Not on there with you either.
I know, if we had a bigger van and we had somewhere to put it.
But you were happy we had this size van.
I know, that's why I said it's a moot point.
Moot, if you did say that.
So?
Oh, moot. All right.
Okay, also, while we were going through this list, I was thinking there are some items that we both love that we couldn't live without. So I thought that would be fun to throw this in too. So my number one item there is my roller. It's a, what's it called? Collapsible. I lay on it and I stretch out my back. And I feel like when you're in the van, you slowly like just become like a little hunchback. Because you have to be small, yeah. And so then if you like lay back on it, it's that's my number one must-have item.
I think the binoculars.
I was gonna put those on my list, but I knew you'd put them on your list.
They're just such a game changer. We can go to all these cool places, and the animal never lets you get close to it.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it, and even when an animal lets you get close, and then you look at the binoculars, it's like looking at a microscope.
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
You see things you never see. So definitely the binocs.
My number 2 is my espresso coffee maker.
Oh, yes.
This is how I make my coffee every morning. And
the Bialetti.
Yeah, it's just so nice because we can use it on the stove. I bought it at a grocery store. I'll just do my number 3 now too.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it away.
My noise canceling headphones. I have Bose Quiet Comfort. And if I didn't have noise canceling headphones, especially when you're doing your thesis, I would not have survived. Listening to podcasts, I guess AirPods would work too, but sometimes it's nice when Ben's on a call to just go into my own world.
Mine are lame. I said tools. Because shit breaks. You gotta have some tool. And then the extra monitor, I think it's great to have for the movie nights. Even though it's actually smaller than the laptop.
But to have it up and out of the way.
Yeah, to have it up and out of the way, it changes the ambiance. It's not on your lap, like it's just a nice vibe. We don't have to touch each other, or we can be all over each other. It's nice.
That's a good one.
And then, honorable mention, books.
Yeah, we were actually able to fit a surprising amount of books in here. Just like squeezing them in different places.
No honorable mentions for you?
No. I could probably think. My puffer. There's so many things. It's so great living in the van and not having as much stuff because everything I use, I'm like, I love this, I love this. And I wear the same things every day. I wear this hat every day. I wear this sweatshirt. I feel like everything we have I love. Oh,
I love this hot sauce. This is, it would be honorable mention if we had it all the time. Fire sauce, baby. It's so good.
Actually, I do have another one. So I have, this is for vlogging, but I have this tripod and then this little thing for my phone, and I'll watch YouTube videos. Like I'll just have it up here so that I don't have to be holding my phone, or I can like wrap it around to something so that the phone's right in front of my face. But I'm like an avid video consumer, so.
Also, that road trip book is, I feel like, a must-have for living in a van because you don't, like, I don't know, you don't want to put all this time into planning every single place you go. So if you're in a pinch, oh, this is a scenic route, I'll tell you something about these towns. And
you don't want to be looking up a million blog posts and figuring all that out. So if you find a book that you like and trust, that's good.
What else? Oh, I have my computer. I couldn't do without that.
I know, I was going to put that, but obviously.
So lame, you know.
My must-have item is you.
Yeah,
So that's it. Thanks for watching. Voila. This is a test.
This is a test. This is a test. Yada da 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 da. Ooh, this is a test. This is a test.
Okay. So.
Oh. This is a test. Testing.
It's not testing what we're doing. Oh, if the inverter goes off while you're talking, just like pause for a second and then start over.
What if I get an email?
No. Ben, you're not doing this.
Just one more thing in the code.
Okay, so you like the wood. Now it's my turn to say my third one.